Hello, I'm Milton Friedman, and welcome to the premiere episode of Milton Friedman Presents Fun with Friedman. Over the next 52 weeks, we are going to explore the dynamic world of economics.
Hang on, Mr. F. What is economics?
Oh, hello, modern economist, Janet Yellen. Economics is the branch of knowledge concerned with the production, consumption, and transfer of wealth.
Cool. I think I just learned something.
Did you have fun doing it?
I'll say.
On today's episode, we'll be discussing economic models. An economic model is a theoretical construct representing economic processes by a set of variables and a set of logical and or quantitative relationships between them. Janet, what is your economic model?
Well, my model is the Phillips curve, as you see. The Phillips curve is a single equation model named after William Phillips. It describes a historical inverse relationship between rates of unemployment and rates of rises in wages that result within the economy. It states that decreased unemployment will correlate with higher rates of wage rises. Although William himself did not state any relationship between unemployment and inflation, this notion was made popular by you, Milton Friedman, since 1967. Case dismissed.
Wow, that's really fun. In case you didn't already know, I'm Milton Friedman. My first breakthrough in the field of economics was my theory of consumption and function in 1957. This theory is about the idea that a person's consumption and savings decisions are more greatly impacted by permanent changes to income rather than other changes. I am also perhaps best known for my strong belief in free market capitalism. Free market capitalism is a system of economics that minimizes government intervention and maximizes the role of the market. The great virtue of free market system is that it does not care what color people are. It does not care what their religion is. It only cares whether they have to produce something you want to buy. So again.
Wow, that's even funner. Have you written any books our viewers will read?
Yes, I've written many books, but some of my more popular ones include Capitalism and Freedom and A Theory of Consumption Function.
Who's that guy?
Okay. I, Alfred Marshall, am one of the most influential economicists of my time. My book, Principles of Economicists, published in 1890, was the dominant economic textbook in England for many years. Ideas of supply and demand, marginal utility, and the cost of production together.
And what's your economic model?
Well, Milt, can I call you Milt?
No.
Okay, Milt. So, to quote myself, capital is that part of wealth which is devoted to obtaining further wealth. As a founder of the School of Neoclassical Economics, which is an approach to economics focusing on the demonstration of goods, outputs, and income distributions in markets through supply and demand, we will end up having established a definition to perfected competition.
What is imperfect competition?
Well, I'm glad you asked! Imperfected competition is a type of market structure showing some, but not all do you have a problem? Showing some, but not all features of competitive markets. Examples are an oligopoly, a monopolistic competition, a monopoly, monopoly, an oligopoly, and a duopoly.
This is great, Alfred, but what about your economic model?
Oh, yes. Milt, my bad. Thank you, Milt. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Are you Milt?
Yes.
It's not milk.
It's Milt. The demand curve at higher prices is my economic model. The demand curve at higher prices. The quantity demanded is less than at lower prices. Yes. A demand schedule indicates that, typically, there is an inverse relationship between the price of a product and the quantity demanded.
Good.
Wow, are you guys talking about economic models? Fun.
We sure are, and it certainly is fun. Would you like to explain yours?
Well, Milton, I basically created the economic growth model. Well, not really created, I just came up with the determinants of economic growth. I outline this process in my book, Wealth of Nations. You guys should all read it. If you haven't already, of course you've read it already. Economic growth is determined by factors of production, which are resources required to produce things we would like to have, such as land, capital, and labor. This outlook of mine is entirely based off of the labor theory of value, which states that labor is the only factor of production and the cost of production that entirely depends on labor costs. Labor is the people with all their efforts and abilities and skills in the workforce. To quote my previous self, labor was the first price, the original purchase, money that was paid for things. It was not by gold, silver, but by labor that all wealth of the world has originally purchased. Another factor that determines economic growth is capital. Capital is the factories, tools, equipment, machinery, and used in the production of goods. Let's not forget the natural resources and the land that is required for economic growth. How about we take a look at the model?
Wow.
So, money starts basically in the households. The households spend money in the market for goods and services. Then the revenue from the market and goods and services goes back to the firms, and then they input their revenue into the market factors for production, which originally pays the people in the households. The households, people, their goods and services, are put into the market for factors of production. Then the production inputs, which are land, natural goods, human labor, and capital, goes into the businesses. Then the businesses produce the goods and services sold in the market for goods and services. The goods and services are then bought by households and is a continuous loop that makes economic growth.
Wow. That monologue was so long, we definitely made the 3-minute cut. Well, that's it for our episode of Fun with Friedman. See you guys next time.
Shalom.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Deuces.